I know you're going to say some more things about your app here, but if you get a chance, you didn't show us the interface with the calendar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you a question about that.
Okay, let me just bring it back up.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot. There's an app out there, Toodledoo, or Toodledoo. It was a terrible name, and it was very hard to keep track of. But it did this sort of multitask, task within a task sort of management. But I like the way this is. I like the way this is laid out.
Mm. Now, what I've done with relation to the calendars is I'm viewing my all. Am I sharing the screen okay here?
Yes.
Right, great. I'm viewing all tasks here, and obviously at the top here we've got search. You can search through tasks, and it search subtasks as well. Or you can drop down the calendar view here, and it will show you May, and then there's obviously today in red, and Tuesday tomorrow I've got some tasks, and it's in blue. Or I can say what tasks have I got next Monday, and you can see the task there, or what tasks have I got next Sunday, and and you can pick multiple days in there. And you can scroll forward into the calendar going forward. And this is all done with table views, interestingly, in Corona.
So, but the calendar portion there, you custom coded that clearly.
I did, yeah.
One of the questions I had for you was, of course, an airplane's going by. I don't know if you can hear that. When you set up your calendar here, one of the challenges that I've had is just coming up with the algorithm that gets the days on the right, spots, like Monday the 27th May for 2015, and calculating all that with leap years and everything else. Did you already have an algorithm, or did you find an algorithm out there?
I looked two ways. One, I looked at doing it on the fly, which proved a bit slow, to be honest, perfectly honest. So I pre-calculated it all in Excel and then loaded it into an SQL table within the app.
Well, okay, that's a good way.
It's slightly cheap, but it works, and it works quickly.
No, absolutely. It's a great idea, and it's lightweight, so.
Yeah, because I'm using, as I say, I'm using the table views here, but it's an infinite table view in effect, in that you can keep going.
It keeps building in more content.
And it keeps building and removing content from above. So it's only there's only 3 months in the table view at any one time.
Ah, okay.
But yeah.
All right, I got a question for you since you brought it up on your search thing. Could you click on your search one?
I certainly can. Let me go back to all. Oh, I need to turn the calendars off just a second.
Okay. Yeah, don't make me. I don't want to break your. I'm going to help you find any bugs that are in here. Because it never fails to fail. When you're doing a demo. So.
Something's just. Yeah, I've broken it. This is my. Yeah, just bear with me a second.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm the king bug finder here. I didn't even.
These things happen. Right. Let's share that back.
Uh-oh, we lost him. I think he closed his instance.
Uh-oh. Well, that's okay. He'll be back in
tell me that you got rid of Angelina there.
Yeah, I had to get rid of Angelina, unfortunately. She wanted me to private messenger so we could have some fun. And
my goodness.
I'm not into fun.
It was not a good sign when that picture came up.
Everybody's welcome to join the hangout at least once.
Are you running Periscope or whatever it is?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No, not today. Not today.
I thought, man, we're getting spammed again, or trolled or something.
Yeah. Well, that's the joy of the live hangout. You never knew who's going to drop in.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I seem to have.
That's okay. Did you kill your instance there, Richard?
Yeah, it just died. I seem to have lost the ability to share the screen.
Oh, that happens sometimes.
Well, sometimes what it'll do is it'll drop there'll be a dialogue behind a window someplace. It doesn't pop it all the way to the top. That's a common.
Don't worry about it. We've all been through this. Even the master here, Charles.
Yeah, mainly me. Yeah.
Does it happens to him all the time.
The one messing with
while that's going on. The thing I was going to ask you about was on your search. When you do your search, I'm going to guess is that as you have more and more content to search through, you run into this problem that the search begins to take. You're typing in search terms. Is it an on-the-fly search where as you type it searches, or you type it in and then you press return?
I tried doing the on-the-fly, and it got, as you say, once I put 1,000 a task in there to sort of preload it to see what happened. It started on some of the devices. On my iPhone 6 Plus, it was absolutely fine. But on some of the older devices, I've just got an iPhone 4 and things, it did start to get a bit slow. So it does wait, it pauses until you've finished typing a word or you've pressed the Enter key.
Okay. The reason I asked you about that is I would be happy to send you an email afterwards if you decide you want to go back to on the fly.
Right.
I've had to solve this problem recently, and there's two basic approaches to solving it so that it still stays responsive. Because what you're running into is you're trying to do the on-the-fly search, and you're typing, and it's continually restarting this search, and you've got more and more content to go through, and it gets out of control for slow devices. So
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
curious, because I would be happy to send you a bit of code if you're considering going.
I'd be very interested in that. Yeah, because obviously as you search, I'm repopulating the table views as well. So I need to, and there's quite, as you saw, there's quite a lot of data in some of those rows on those table views.
Yeah. So the trick is to short circuit the search and to restart it, but not to allow it to stay. What happens is the search starts, and the naive approach, not meant to be a negative term, is to have it do the entire search and then render the content, and that's not what you want to do.
No.
What you want to do is do a little bit of search, render what it found, release the frame, go to the next frame, and keep going, and that's tricky. But there's two basic approaches for that are reasonable to code.
Right.
It sounds like a great tutorial that should go up on the Corona Lab site.
Well, I'm thinking about releasing it as a paid product.
Or that. You can always do that.
But for a product like this, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it, because I think that you've already sort of put a lot of work into it, so I think I could describe it. I lost you again. We've lost him again.
Yep. But no, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome as a product, just if it was like a drop-in, especially since the store the store has been soft launched, and eventually there will be plugins and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. So, but as I was saying there, we lost you for a second, Richard. I'd be happy to share with you, because I think you could benefit from it, and you could probably implement one of the two ways pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
So I'm sorry. So Richard, I want to ask you this question, and I want to get you, take the gloves off. Just let us have the real live raw experience. Everybody says that Corona is primarily games, and as evidenced by the wall of icons behind me, there are a lot of games that come out on the platform. As someone who's created a non-game app, what do you think about Corona, as a tool for that? Is it hard, easy? Do you have to have a certain set of skills? I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think it depends what you're trying to achieve. I wanted this to be able to run, as I say, on multiple devices. So I wanted an iPhone and an iPad, but I didn't want separate versions. So and I wanted to handle rotation properly as well. Now, Corona handles rotation, for example. The widgets don't. If you rotate the device, you need to redraw the widgets. Basically, you can't scale them, and you can't change. So there's quite a few things like that you've got to take into account. The app I'm writing is a lot based around text and dates and fonts, and it's to do with text entry and things like access to the native text boxes and stuff is quite it's quite limited in Corona. Still at the moment. It was more limited in the past. It's got better. So I'm actually using some external tools like the Widgets Town, new text edit, new text box, and things like that. But yeah, it's good. I suppose the question is, would I do it again?
Yeah. That's a good way to phrase it. Let's see that.
That's a good way to phrase it.
I haven't watched the show, but you said you're using something Widgets what?
Widgets Town, I think it's called. Is it? I've got the notes here.
I'm gonna write that down. Thanks.
Widgets Town. They've got various widgets under there, and the main one is the new edit field that I'm using, which is a lot better than the native access that you've got, and it solves some of my scaling problems and things.